All right, so get this. You've sent us a ton of stuff about DeepSeek, this AI program out of China.
Yeah.
And it seems like everyone's either freaking out about it or saying it's just hype.
Right.
So let's try to cut through the noise together, okay?
Exactly.
Do you want to know what really happened, what it means, why it even matters?
Yeah, it's so easy to get swept up in all the headlines,
Right.
China's beating the U.S. and NVIDIA's stock is plummeting.
Yeah.
You can run AI on a TI-84 calculator.
Hold on. AI on a calculator. Okay, that one's got to be fake news.
Yeah, definitely exaggerated.
Okay.
But that's why we're here, to sift through the sensationalism.
Right.
And get to the heart of what DeepSeek actually did.
Okay, cool. So tell me, what did this DeepSeek thing actually do that's got everyone so riled up?
So the breakthrough is really in how they tackled the economics of running these big AI models.
Okay.
So these models, like ChatGPT or Google's Grok, they're really complex,
right.
and they need a ton of computing power. And that translates to a lot of money.
Okay, so it's expensive to run these things.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
But how's DeepSeek different? Did they create a whole new kind of AI?
Not exactly. What they did is revolutionize the inference process.
Okay.
So think of it like this.
Okay.
You spend years training an AI. You feed it tons of data.
Yeah.
Inference is when the AI actually uses all that training to, say, write you a poem or answer your questions.
Right.
DeepSeek found a way to make that inference process way cheaper and faster.
Ah, I see. So it's not about the AI's smarts themselves, but about how efficiently they can, use what they've learned.
Yes.
Kind of like if you studied for a test for years, but then could only answer one question a day, that wouldn't be very helpful.
Exactly.
But DeepSeek lets the AI use its knowledge super fast.
Exactly. And they did this through a really cool approach to something called mixture of experts, which I admit sounds a little technical.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe a real world example would help.
Sure. Imagine you go to the hospital, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't go to a heart doctor for a broken bone.
Right.
You'd go to an orthopedist, the expert for that problem.
Right.
Mixture of experts is kind of like that. DeepSeek figures out how to send tasks to the right AI expert within the model.
Okay.
So it cuts out waste and boosts speed.
Clever. So they're basically streamlining the whole process, making it super efficient.
Uh-huh.
And the result is?
A cost reduction of 12 times compared to their competitors.
Whoa. Okay, now things are getting interesting.
Yeah.
That levels the playing field in a major way.
Yeah.
But wait, isn't this DeepSeek thing open source?
Yes.
Doesn't that mean everyone, even those big companies, can just use it?
That's the fascinating part. By making it open source, DeepSeek has kind of thrown a grenade into the whole AI landscape.
A grenade? That sounds a bit dramatic.
Maybe, but it captures the potential disruption.
Okay.
Think about it. Companies like OpenAI, they've built their business on keeping their code secret, right? DeepSeek's saying, nope, let's encourage collaboration. Let's have everyone advance rapidly.
Okay, I get the collaboration part. But wouldn't open sourcing just give DeepSeek's competitors a huge advantage? Why would they do that?
It's kind of genius. Open source forces everyone to innovate super fast.
Okay.
It's like an arms race where the fastest, most creative applications win.
Right.
Not just the company with the fancy model locked away.
I see. So DeepSeek might not be making money directly from their model, but they're betting on being the best at, using it and creating applications everyone will want.
Precisely.
Wow.
And this is where things get really interesting for companies like Tesla.
Oh, right. With all that self-driving car data.
Exactly.
So how does this open source thing affect them?
Imagine this. AI models become the common language. Everyone can use them.
Okay.
The real value then becomes the data you use to train them.
Right.
Tesla, with its millions of miles of driving data, they can now use these super efficient open source models and make incredibly powerful AI for their cars.
Wow. Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
They don't need to reinvent the wheel. They just take the best engine, fine-tune it with their own data.
Exactly.
Okay.
And we're seeing this across AI, this shift away from closed systems towards open collaboration.
Right.
This is where DeepSeek's impact gets really big.
Okay. I'm starting to see why this is such a big deal. It's not just about cheaper, faster AI. It's about how this technology is controlled in the future. This feels like a major turning point.
It really is. And it throws a wrench into our old ideas about how AI would grow. Remember all those scaling laws everyone was talking about?
Vaguely. Refresh my memory.
The idea was to get better AI, you just need bigger models, more data.
Right.
DeepSeek proves there's another way.
Right.
They made a huge leap by focusing on efficiency, not just brute force.
So it's like finding a shortcut, a smarter way to get to the same destination. And that changes everything.
It really does. It means the future of AI is much less predictable than we thought. Breakthroughs could come from unexpected places. People who have to innovate within limits.
That's kind of a hopeful thought. It means we might see even faster progress, not just from the big players,
Exactly.
but from all over the world.
Exactly. And it's happening faster than anyone expected. It's a bit like the space race, with countries and companies pouring resources into AI.
Yeah.
Everyone wants the next big leap.
It's kind of crazy to think where we might be in a few years. Imagine a kid in rural India with just a cheap smartphone having access to AI that's more powerful than entire governments had just a decade ago.
Yeah.
Is that even possible?
It's not just possible, it's becoming likely. We're on the verge of what some call universal basic intelligence, where this power is available to everyone.
So everyone will have access to this incredible power. Imagine what that would mean for things like education, healthcare, creativity.
It's really a profound shift.
Yeah.
It's like when electricity went from a luxury to something we all rely on, AI could become that essential.
Whoa, okay, now that is mind-blowing. It's like woven into every aspect of our lives.
Exactly. And it brings up some big questions. How will we adapt to a world where everyone has this level of intelligence?
Right.
How will it change our economies, our societies, our very understanding of what it means to be human?
Okay, you've officially blown my mind. This DeepSeek thing is way bigger than I ever imagined.
It really is a game changer, and we're just starting to understand its implications.
Okay, well, I need a minute to process all of this. But before I do, I have to ask, what about the whole AI alignment thing? Everyone's worried about these super AIs turning against us.
It's a valid concern, but here's what's interesting. The way DeepSeek's being developed might actually be a solution.
Really? How so?
Think about it. Open source means a more collaborative, decentralized way of building AI.
Right.
It's not about a few powerful companies controlling everything.
Yeah.
It's about a global community working together, building in safeguards, making sure AI stays aligned with human values.
Okay, that's a more hopeful thought. But wouldn't open source also make it easier for, bad actors get their hands on this powerful technology?
It's a possibility, sure. But think of it this way. Open source makes the whole development process transparent.
Okay.
Everyone can see the code, find potential problems, and contribute solutions.
Right.
It's like having thousands of eyes watching, making it harder for something bad to slip through.
I see. It's like a global immune system for AI, where the more people involved, the harder it is for something harmful to really take hold.
Exactly. And it allows for more localized solutions to emerge organically. A community in Africa might develop AI tools specifically for their needs and values, while a group in Europe focuses on something totally different.
So instead of a few powerful companies dictating the future of AI, we could see a much more diverse, distributed landscape, with solutions coming from all over the world.
Precisely.
Wow. Okay, I need a minute to digest all of this. This DeepSeek thing is way more complex and nuanced than I initially realized.
It really is. And we've only just scratched the surface. There's so much more to explore.
Well, I am definitely hooked. This feels like the beginning of a whole new chapter in the AI story, and I'm really eager to see where it leads.
Me too. And the best part is, we're all writing this chapter together.
Okay, so we've established that DeepSeek is a big deal. Way bigger than those initial headlines made it seem. But I still have so many questions just swirling around in my head.
Yeah, that's great. That's exactly what we want. The more questions, the deeper we can dive.
Okay, well, here's one that's been bugging me. We've talked about how DeepSeek makes AI cheaper and faster, but we're still running these models on, computers, right? What's the end game here? Will everyone need a supercomputer in their basement just to use this stuff?
That's a great question, and it really gets at what DeepSeek could ultimately enable. Remember, it's not just about the AI models themselves, it's about accessibility. The fact that DeepSeek requires so much less computing power means...
Wait, are you saying AI on our phone?
Yeah.
Like powerful AI that can actually DO things, not just those gimmicky voice assistants?
Yes. We're talking about sophisticated AI that can help you write code, create art, even diagnose medical conditions, all potentially running offline on a device that fits in your pocket.
Okay, hold on. You're saying my phone could become like a personal supercomputer powered by AI. That sounds like something out of science fiction.
It does, doesn't it? But that's a reality we're quickly approaching. And think about the implications. A student in a remote village could have access to world-class education through AI tutors.
Right.
A farmer could use AI to optimize their crops. The possibilities are endless.
All right, now you're really blowing my mind. But wouldn't this kind of like ubiquitous AI just lead to everyone losing their jobs? People are already worried about robots taking over, and now we're talking about AI in everyone's pocket.
It's a valid concern, and it's a conversation we need to have. But I think it's important to remember, technology has always disrupted jobs.
Right.
The printing press, the car, the internet, they all caused job losses. But they also created entirely new industries and opportunities.
Okay, so you're saying AI might not be about replacing jobs, but like transforming them.
Exactly. Think of it this way. Instead of spending hours on tedious tasks, you can use AI to do those things.
Right.
And that frees up your time to focus on more creative, high-level work.
So AI becomes a tool that helps us, not replaces us.
Precisely. It's like having a super-powered assistant helping you be more efficient, productive, and ultimately more fulfilled.
That's a much more optimistic way to look at it.
Yeah.
But wouldn't we need like some serious retraining to adapt to this new world?
Absolutely. And that's where the open source nature of DeepSeek is so crucial. By making this tech available to everyone, we're lowering the barrier to education and training.
Okay.
Imagine online courses powered by AI that can personalize your learning and make it easier than ever to gain new skills.
That's a great point. It's like democratizing access to knowledge and empowering everyone to be a part of this AI-driven future.
Exactly. And it's not just about technical skills either. AI can also help us develop critical thinking, problem solving, and creative skills, all essential in this new world.
So instead of fearing AI, we should be embracing it as a tool for like personal growth and societal growth.
I believe so. It's a chance to redefine our relationship with technology, to move past the fear of being replaced and see it as a tool for collaboration and empowerment.
Okay, I'm starting to see the light here.
Yeah.
But what about the bigger picture? We've talked jobs and education, but how will AI change our societies as a whole?
That's where things get really fascinating. We're talking about a fundamental shift in how we interact with information, how we make decisions, how we govern ourselves.
Okay.
Imagine a world where everyone has access to instant information and analysis, where AI can help us find solutions to complex problems like climate change or poverty.
Wow, okay, that's a lot to process. It sounds almost utopian, but I also can't help but feel a bit like apprehensive. What about misuse? What's stopping someone from using this powerful AI for bad things?
It's a crucial question, and one we need to address head-on. Like any powerful tool, AI has the potential for good and bad.
Right.
The key is establishing ethical frameworks, having responsible governance, and promoting global collaboration and transparency.
Okay, so it's not just about the technology itself, but about how we use it, what values we build into it.
Exactly. The future of AI isn't predetermined. It's shaped by our choices, our actions, and the values we choose to prioritize.
That's a powerful thought. It means we all have a responsibility to be informed, engaged, and active in shaping this AI-driven future.
I couldn't agree more. It's a future full of potential, but it's up to us to make sure that potential is used for good.
All right, I'm ready to dive even deeper. What else can you tell me about DeepSeek's impact on the AI landscape?
Well, one of the most interesting aspects is how it's changing the balance of power in the tech world. Remember how we talked about companies like OpenAI building their empires on secrecy?
Right.
DeepSeek challenges that model at its core.
Right. Open source is changing the rules of the game. But how are these big companies reacting?
It's a mixed bag. Some are embracing the open source movement, recognizing that collaboration and shared innovation can lead to faster progress. Others are holding on to their proprietary models, hoping to keep their advantage.
So it's like a battle between the old way and the new way of doing AI.
You could say that. It's a fascinating time to watch it all play out, and the outcome is far from certain.
Okay, you've got me intrigued. Tell me more.
Well, think about it. Open source means anyone can get involved in AI development. Startups, researchers, even individuals can access cutting-edge tech that used to be out of reach.
Okay.
This means we could see an explosion of new ideas and applications coming from all over the world.
Wow, that's exciting. It's like opening the floodgates of creativity.
Exactly. And it's not just about creating new models. Open source also promotes transparency and collaboration, which is essential for tackling the ethical challenges we talked about earlier.
Right. More people looking at the code, more minds working together to ensure AI is developed responsibly.
Precisely. Open source encourages a more democratic approach to AI. Power is shared, not concentrated in the hands of a few.
Okay, this is all starting to click. DeepSeek is more than just a technology. It's a trigger for a whole new way of thinking about AI and how we manage it.
That's a great way to put it. It's a complete shift in thinking, and we're only beginning to grasp its full impact.
This is incredible. It's exhilarating and a little bit scary at the same time, like we're getting a glimpse into the future.
That's the nature of any truly transformative technology. It shakes things up, challenges our assumptions, and makes us rethink how we live and work.
All right, I'm ready to keep exploring. What else can you tell me about the potential impact of DeepSeek and this open source movement? What's next for AI?
Well, one area where we're seeing huge impact already is in research. Open source AI models are speeding up scientific breakthroughs in fields like medicine, material science, and climate modeling.
Wow, that's amazing. So AI isn't just about making cool gadgets or automating tasks. It's actually helping us solve some of the biggest challenges we face.
Exactly, and that's just the beginning. Imagine researchers all over the world collaborating on AI-powered platforms, sharing data and expertise to solve problems that have stumped us for years.
That's a really inspiring vision. It's like harnessing the collective brainpower of humanity.
And that's what's so exciting about this moment. We're seeing the birth of a new era, an era of collaboration and innovation like we've never seen before. And it's all driven by open access to AI.
Okay, I'm fully on board. This is a future I want to be a part of. But how do we actually get there? What are the next steps?
I think the most important thing is to stay curious, stay informed, and get involved. Explore AI, play with the tools that are out there, and ask questions. The more we understand this technology, the better we'll be at shaping its future.
That's great advice. But it's not just about individuals, right? We need governments and big institutions to get on board with this open source approach and create a system where AI is developed responsibly.
Absolutely. We need to be having serious discussions about ethical guidelines, data privacy, and the potential impact on society as a whole. This is a global challenge that requires a global response.
Okay, I'm seeing the bigger picture now. It's much more than just code and algorithms. It's about how we, as humans, choose to shape the future in this era of intelligent machines.
You got it. And the choices we make today will determine what kind of world we create tomorrow.
You know, after all that, I'm still processing everything we talked about. DeepSeek, open source, the future of AI. It's a lot to take in.
It is, and it's easy to get lost in the big picture, with all the societal shifts, the philosophical questions.
Right. What does it even mean to be human when AI can do so much of what we think of as intelligent work?
Exactly. But amidst all of this change, I think there's something really human that AI just can't replicate.
Okay, I'm curious. What is it?
Curiosity. That drive to question things, to explore the unknown, to push the limits of what's possible. That's what led to DeepSeek in the first place. And it'll keep driving innovation in AI.
That's a good point. We've been talking about AI changing the world, but it all starts with that spark of human curiosity.
Totally. That's what excites me about this moment. We're not just watching AI happen, we're shaping it, asking those questions, challenging those assumptions.
So you're saying the future of AI isn't a set path, it's a story we're all writing together.
Exactly. And that's why everyone needs to be a part of this, asking those questions, exploring the tech, thinking critically about it all.
Okay, that makes sense. But where do we even start? There's so much information, it's hard to know what to trust.
It can be overwhelming, yeah. But there are some really good resources to get you going.
Okay, like what?
There are online courses, podcasts, articles that give a good intro to AI.
Yeah.
Like for a basic overview, I recommend Andrew Ng's AI for Everyone course. It's a great place to start.
Awesome. I'll check that out. What about for people who want to go deeper, beyond the basics, into the more technical stuff?
There are some fantastic online communities. You can connect with AI experts, ask questions, even work on projects together.
Right.
The AI community on Reddit is really active. They're always discussing the latest research and stuff.
Cool. I'll check that out too. It sounds like a whole world of AI knowledge just waiting to be explored.
It is. And the more you explore, the more you realize how much potential AI has. But, and this is important, with great power comes great responsibility, right?
Right.
It's up to us to make sure AI is used for good.
Absolutely. It's not enough to just be excited about the potential. We need to be thoughtful, be active, and advocate for using AI responsibly.
Exactly. So stay curious, stay informed, and keep asking those big questions. The future of intelligence depends on it.
Well said. And that wraps up our deep dive into DeepSeek and the future of AI. We hope you found it informative, thought-provoking, maybe even a little mind-blowing. Remember, the world of AI is changing fast, and it's up to all of us to shape where it goes. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, stay curious.